Hello, fellow adventurers. Thanks for tuning in today. We're getting ready to head back to Phoenix, Arizona as we make our final stretch towards full-time RV life. So stick around as we enjoy 3 states' food scenes.
That's right, and we've got homegrown, everything from scratch, top-rated restaurants picked out along the way. We're gonna be traveling across country alongside the original Route 66.
Join us for our 2,200-mile adventure as we head back and prepare to order the RV and sort out the purchase of the truck. As my wife says, the research has been done, so pew pew!
It's time to pull the trigger. What truck have we selected? What RV are we getting? Where are we gonna go first? All that and more. This is LesbiFIT Adventures. We're leaving like right now. This is our final walkthrough, just to kind of take a moment for ourselves. It's been 5 good years. I'm so excited for what's next.
To new adventures.
And it just means you have to let go of what's in the past. And sometimes it's hard, but it's so worth it, and we're excited. Booski, you ready to go for a car ride? You ready to do a road trip? You a road trip, dog? Dorbean's ready to go. Yeah, they were both in your car. This is where, in the last 12 years, with my beautiful, lovely, amazing, takes such good care of my wife, I've had to learn patience. She's gonna check everything 14 times before she feels ready to go, and that's okay. I just gotta wait. So that's what we're gonna do. How you feeling? Good, good. You good? Yep. Okay.
Can't forget the jelly. Gotta have PB&Js. That's all she wrote. You girls ready?
You girls ready to go on a road trip?
Road trip! Road trip!
Road trip! Yeah! Okay, so we're packed to the gills, but we got room for Miley and Dora. Creepy little spider that I've let lived here for 5 years. One more time. Oh, he's out hunting. All right. You were really good to us.
Hey, Lesbi fans, it's day 1 of our road trip back to Phoenix, Arizona. And we are so pumped to stay in St. Louis tonight and have some of the best barbecue I've ever had.
We love good food and expect nothing less from this show me state. The barbecue culture here started over a century ago when Henry Perry picked up a slab of discarded ribs from the Kansas City stockyards and slow smoked them over the local hardwoods.
That's right, and the people in St. Louis consume more barbecue sauce per person more than anywhere else in the country. That's probably because of their namesake ribs.
Yeah, so get this. So St. Louis style ribs is something we've all heard of before. And so what it is it's actually the trimming of the 13th rib and beyond. And where that started was actually marketing. So they would trim off that tail end of meat so that they could call it a premium cut and charge higher prices. And ultimately distributors and marketers realized, oh, I can charge more and give people less meat. And so of course it carried on, and now St. Louis style ribs are exactly that. It means the 13th end is been cut off, and now today's modern marketers actually, if you go to a restaurant and order burnt ends, what you're getting is the scraps, and you now also get charged a premium too. But the more you know, right?
Who doesn't love a good burnt end, right? We can't wait for dinner tonight, but as we make our trip, we'll be using those road trip tips. We'll be hiking every day as we head west and leave Cleveland. So be sure to check out our video on our best road trip tips as we travel across America.
So speaking of those road trip tips, you know we've got some car games planned for you over these next 4 days. As always, we'll be counting license plates and seeing if we can get all 50 states. But a game I recently created is we will be counting the overpasses that are 13.6 and lower. We've never towed anything before, and so we need to train our brains to start thinking about height.
Should we tell them about the new no gas pedal rule? Just the other day, we toured the Brinkley factory, and it was amazing. So the Z3100 height is 13.2, and because we would be scared to go under a bridge just that height, we're going to be looking at bridges under 13.6, and we'll be tallying up any of those with a clearance lower than that, just to be safe.
I hope the total is 0, but no matter the number, the idea is that we're using visualization to start thinking about towing. There's no substitute for the real deal, and you can't really practice until you're doing it, but visualization is an incredibly powerful tool.
You can use visualization to manifest the life you want. So whether your goal and dream is to live on the road and connect more with nature and explore North America, or whatever your dream is, manifesting and visualization is a powerful tool.
What a great conversation for today's road trip. Come explore with us
as we hit the road.
It's 10:17. Let's stay we got here. Mississippi, new one. Okay, so like that bridge didn't have any clearance listed on it, but semis are 13.6, and that is the legal limit for interstates. So we're always going to be good on these major interstates that a semi can travel on.
Right. So I guess like a good rule of thumb as we're learning, obviously we'll have our RV GPS, but if it says like no trucks,
yeah,
then we probably shouldn't go either.
Right.
As we're learning.
What are your tips and tricks out there for you, those of you who tow, whether you're full-time or not? What are your tips and tricks? Do you stop at all railroad crossings? What are your towing trips and ticks? Trips and ticks, because that ticks. Oh my gosh, what are they? Because that's our the next thing we have to tackle when we get back. We finish RV school, so follow along for that for sure. It's coming up, but also have to really start understanding the mechanics, the geometry, and the logistics of towing.
Yeah, so we're just trying to learn and be prepared and start to visualize and think of things before we have the rig and we're on the road.
Yeah.
It's just so new for us.
Yeah. Visualization, step 1.
Yeah, I've already been practicing my wide turns.
Yeah.
And going slow.
Okay, so tell them the no gas pedal rule.
Okay, so where we lived, we lived off of this little alley. So our no gas pedal rule was anytime going down the alley, coming out of the garage, no gas. Like just get used to, it feels slow. Like sometimes you're like, okay, but getting used to going slow.
As a female driver myself, and I think many of my female driving friends can attest to this, we tend to lack patience behind the wheel. Guilty as charged. So that's something we need to start practicing immediately. And I think we've been pretty good. I think we've changed our mindset around it, and that's been the biggest thing to do and has made a world of difference in the way we drive, but definitely have to practice.
And yesterday I got a little practice with the rental van.
Yeah.
Of just, hey, I'm going the speed limit, I'm staying right, I'm being patient, and not worrying about anybody else on the road, but my safety and my surroundings.
And so for all of you who are wondering, how are we taking everything we own in the RV when we go full time? Technically, no. We got it down to 5 Rubbermaids, 2 empty suitcases in case we start traveling again by plane one day, and then a very nice table and end table set that I had custom made that I can't part with in case we ever own a Sticks and Bricks one day. Those things are stored at my mom's house, but 5 Rubbermaids, that's what we brought it down to, in one piece of furniture, essentially, one set of furniture, essentially. I'm pretty proud of us.
Yeah, we did great.
Everything else will have to be fitting in that 15,000 pound weight limit in the rig. But, I mean, as you're gonna see, I only have a few t-shirts. You're going to see them on repeat. Being a minimalist is such a blessing. It's been so freeing.
But everything that we have with us and in Phoenix and what will go with us is stuff we use and has a purpose. And once we leave this Phoenix house and go to the RV, like, we'll dwindle down again and really realize, like, what are we going to use?
Right. Once we get back to Phoenix, right, we have to clear house again. So we sold everything we own. And, you know, what I'll tell you if you are looking to do that is be prepared that you're not going to necessarily get top dollar, but getting something for it versus throwing it in the trash and putting it in another landfill or just giving it away. Getting a few bucks for it is always better in the end, and it can kickstart us into our next life adventure.
And I think another tip is you're trying to minimalism and dwindling down. Like, it happens in phases. Don't expect to just go from everything down. Like, go through the obvious stuff. Like, we've gone through and we just keep sorting down to, I think everything that we own will fit in the RV.
And absolutely. And speaking of visualization and getting rid of that, we have been visualizing that final garage sale that we did and getting rid of everything we own, and other people being so excited to, you know, buy our furniture and other things that we got rid of. We're excited to get a few bucks for it, and they're excited to pay a great price. And we visualize that for weeks to make it happen, because it felt overwhelming at times. All right, real moment. There's no wrong answer, just for me and you. What's it feel like selling everything we own right now?
It's stressful.
Yeah? What about it's the most stressful?
Just the process of getting it all sold. It's become stressful, but getting rid of it, I have no problem. There's not been one thing that I'm like, oh, I'm sad to see it go. I'm like, bye. It was a lot. You're like, who's gonna want my stuff? But
yeah,
and it was all good stuff. So it was good to put it into people's hands that were excited and that needed it.
Yep. Would you say you feel free too since it was gone?
Oh yeah, it feels good.
Definitely. Once that last piece sold and we had nothing left to sell, you said how you felt. You had such an emotional reaction.
I was just like, we did it.
Yeah, it was like the weight of the world. It was almost like I'm finally free enough to go live this dream that I've been fantasizing about for the last 6 months. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a rewarding. It was definitely a job for a few weeks.
So if that's what you're thinking about doing, it starts right here. You have to create what you want in your mind, and you not only have to visualize the sunsets and I'm gonna film those northern lights one day laying on top of my RV in Alaska skies. You also have to visualize the hard work of what does it take to actually live a dream like that.
And I think it goes with anything. Like, focus on the end result, visualize the end result. Don't get too stressed of like every step. Well, how's this step gonna happen? How's this step gonna happen? How am I gonna do it? Just visualize the end, believe in it, work towards it, and it'll work out.
Yeah, take that first step in faith, and then just keep taking the next step. Just the next one step is all you have to do to work towards any goal, not just RV life, any goal. Just take a first step. And that first step might be research or something very simple, but take a step.
You're worth it.
We just left Ohio, and I got a little emotional. Just because we don't know when we'll be back. We will obviously be back, but we don't own a home there anymore.
Well, we just got confirmation from the title company and our agent. The house is closed and funded, and we crossed the state line. So,
bye-bye, Ohio.
Close that chapter.
You'll always be home.
Let's go get out and move.
Playing every day.
got some barbecue.
Salt and smoke. We ate here January 1st of this year when we came through St. Louis the first time, and I loved it. So I have been excited to come back. And tonight we got ribs.
Yeah, so we got a half a rack of St. Louis style ribs, and then a ton of sides, including a mystery side. It was the side of the day. It didn't tell you what it was when you ordered it online, so we're about to find out.
It's called special side. I think that's it.
What is it? Cream corn. We've got whatever this special side. It looks like a mixed veggie. That's your potato salad. Your cream corn. Mac and cheese. Oh, that's the popover, I think. Hot and tangy.
Oh no, these are the raviolis.
Oh, I can't even. I'm gonna guess that that's hot. And hot tangy. Now this looks like a sweet and tangy sauce, my style. We also got toasted ravioli. Okay, let's enjoy some barbecue together. Oh.
Oh, that's my beans.
And that's the ribs. And that's a popover.
They're the best pinto beans ever.
Let's bust here. Can we break this open? Don't waste the space. I'm glad we didn't get a second one. We almost did. We filmed us ordering this in the car without sound. We're still new. Beans.
Oh, the smoky flavor. Just like I remembered.
St. Louis is known for toasted ravioli, and this one is filled with pimento cheese. You ready? You want to try one with me?
Yeah.
Oh, those ribs look so good.
Oh, look at that.
Ready? It's creamy, peppery, cheesy,
Oh, these are so
crunchy, breaded like an onion ring.
but not too thick.
It's got a kick a little bit. I'm going with the creamed corn.
Corn?
Yeah, so let's mix this up. Oh, it's like super creamed. Check that
I had to
out.
get my
It's like
own because
soupy.
you knew it was gonna be that good.
It's like soupy, you can kind of see, but it's Cajun cream corn, and I'm pretty pumped to try it. I got it last time, and I remember it being good, but I don't remember what it tastes like. It's got a kick. White cheddar cracker mac.
Oh, let me get in on that.
Oh yeah, get your bite.
That's pretty good. You're gonna like that. Okay, I'm gonna try the
Half slab.
sweet pepper potato salad.
All these like fall apart. You don't even.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at all that meat. Oh. The smoke ring, it just like kicks you in the mouth right away, but then you just, all these spices now are just coming through after that initial kick of smoke. I'm guessing this is, well, I don't know.
That was sweet.
Taste it. I don't know. You really went for it.
Sweet.
Alright.
This dry rub.
It just falls right.
Oh yeah, look, it just like.
Oh. You wouldn't like it.
Highly recommend Salt and Smoke in St. Louis. They have 3, maybe 4 locations. So good. You know I'm all about the sauces.
St. Louis is all about the sauces.
It's definitely tangy.
All right, so are you a vinegar base or a tomato based sauce lover? Because we're a split family here.
Vinegar all the way.
I like a sweet baby Ray's, you know?
everyone. We woke up in St. Louis this morning and we're gonna head through Turkey Mountain Urban Wilderness area on our way to Oklahoma City, where we have another 5-star restaurant picked out where we rest our heads tonight on day 2 of our 4-day trip.
That's right, Toods. And today's hike is one that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. The last time we made our way through this part of town, it got washed out. And what makes this hike so special is the amazing people of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Since 1970, outdoor lovers of Tulsa, Oklahoma have been fighting and defending to protect its wild spaces, and this is one of them. And let us just say thank you to everybody out there who's working and fighting to protect our wild spaces.
And this beautiful spot and hike will definitely help me work up an appetite for tonight's dinner. I know what you're thinking, it's Oklahoma, it's cow country, get the brisket. But did you know that Oklahoma City actually has some of the best Vietnamese food?
That's right. And when we went through there last time, that was actually surprised me. So in 1975, after the Vietnam War and the fall of Saigon, hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese refugees came to the United States to flee from communism or feared for their lives. And a lot of them were relocated into the Central Park neighborhood of Oklahoma City.
This area, known as the city's Asian district today, has a flourishing and growing Vietnamese and Chinese Vietnamese community, that owns more than half of the businesses. And I'm excited for some pho tonight.
Yeah, me too. Great Vietnamese food in Oklahoma City for me was such a reminder that there are beautiful places around every nook and corner of our planet. As long as you've got an open heart and an open mind, you can find beauty and amazing things anywhere you go.
It's like our tour guide once said in Paris, we're all so different, and that's what makes the world a beautiful place.
What an excellent topic for today's road trip. Travel with us as we hit the road officially into the Wild West.
Let's go.
They always say travel is like the biggest killer of bias, or like prejudice. That's what it is. They always say travel is the biggest killer of prejudice, because once you go somewhere and you walk in somebody else's shoes, you're way more likely to be empathetic to where they are coming from and their perspective. And no doubt, especially international travel, it's changed the way, not only how I view the world, but how we've viewed the United States and North America as a whole. How about you?
Yeah, and I think it's been cool to see, because we've done a lot of travel, like different cultures. And anywhere we go, we try to do with as much as we can, like what the locals do, and learn about that area.
Right. Like when we first were new to traveling, because I don't know that either of us traveled a ton growing up. I didn't. Yeah, so we did a lot of like resorts and like
touristy.
Yeah, like, you know, your forced family function fun type of events. But in all fairness to those types of experience, they still put you out of your comfort zone, and they still, you know, force you to go explore. And then as you become more comfortable with exploring, we started changing the way we traveled quite a bit. What do you think some of the biggest changes we've made are over the decade?
Yeah, probably like 12 years ago,
yeah.
Almost to the month. But yeah, I think instead of doing, just kind of going off the beaten path, like we've done some like private tour guides with like a local who shows you the local things. We did that in Bali, we did that in Paris.
And we did those early in the trip so we would really know what we wanted to do for the rest of our time there.
Because I think some of the places we've gone, like they've done like the touristy stuff and like unsure, and it's hard to figure all that stuff out just on the spot.
You can't always Google a local experience. You can Google really great attractions, you can Google good food, you can Google a lot of wonderful things for sure. And we do a lot of pre-planning and preparing, but when you get there and you talk to somebody who's from there, I don't know, the experiences open up, things change. You find out opportunities that aren't being advertised because they're free and only the locals know about, and you know,
And just hearing things from their perspective, and they're not trying to sell you anything or tell you to do anything. They're just trying to teach you about their country or their town or whatever it is.
Right, like think about how excited we were, like with the idea of people coming to Cleveland. We had so many great tips that you can't Google because that's our home, right? We walk those streets every day. We were going out to eat several times a week. So no matter what you might read on a review, there's nothing like experiencing what somebody who lives there would experience. I think what I've learned that no matter where you are in the world, people everywhere, no matter what language they speak, no matter what religion they're practicing, no matter what their their cultural beliefs are for whatever local community that you're visiting, people everywhere really are just like looking for love, good food, the kind of the same basic things. Like we all enjoy the same things no matter where we are in the world, is really the truth of it.
And really we try to find the good food wherever we go.
Yeah. And here's the thing about good food. If you're trying to eat your favorite food everywhere you go, you are not going to get good food. But if you're willing to eat like the locals eat, you are going to be opened up to some of the best food you've ever had in your life that you've never even heard of.
What are we here for? Pecan logs! Okay, so on the trip to Phoenix in January, driving through Missouri, we kept seeing these signs, candy store, candy store, candy store, and then we saw the sign that said pecan log. And we were like, do we stop? And then it's like, exit now! So we stopped, and oh my gosh, it was the best pecan log ever. We've been talking about it since. So when we knew we were making this drive again, we were like, we have to make sure we stop. But we couldn't remember what state it was in, exactly where it was. But we just passed it. And we got it. We might have got 3. Also forgot how big it was. So we determined, we were like, should we get 2, 4? And then we landed at 3. And then I went in there and I was like, whoa, I forgot how big they are, but we're still getting 3. So this is the original. So we got 2 original, and this time we got 1 maple, which we'll have to try later because these are a one time.
Okay, so it's homemade fluffy nougat in the center, wrapped in, I think it's fresh boiled pecans, and I only think they're boiled because of how soft I remember them being. Oh, my mouth just filled with saliva.
As soon as we saw the first sign, it was like 30 miles out. I was like, give me my sandwich. I gotta have my lunch before I go to the candy store because I gotta have the nougat. Check that out.
But yeah. Go for it. Good stuff.
Everything I remembered.
Those nuts are so soft and so flavorful. But yeah, I don't know. They added chew. The nougat is super chewy, but also light and airy.
So, update on where we're heading first. So, you heard my crazy idea of how we were going to do all of the Pacific Northwest.
We'll recap them in case they didn't see that episode.
Okay, so I thought we would like go Colorado to Utah, up to Oregon, and then back to Ohio. That's when we thought we were going to rent up a house. And it was just this crazy, unimaginable trip. So then we were thinking, well, then I started to study the topographical map and realized, well, it's pretty mountainous out west, as well as once we drove up through Moab and Denver, I was like, I don't think I'm towing for the first time through this. So then we were like, okay, let's get to Texas, go to the beach. From Phoenix, when we get the RV, let's just head east. We'll get out of the mountains. Then it'll be flat. Well, it takes like 2 states to get out of the mountains. So I was like, I'm gonna go all the way through New Mexico. I was like, that doesn't seem like a very quick route out of the mountains. So spent a lot more time studying the topographical map and realizing like we're just heading west to San Diego. So we'll leave Phoenix, we're gonna head west towards San Diego. That way we don't have to worry about the weather. We could be there all summer and have beautiful weather. We'll go out to Joshua Tree National Park. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but not in the summer.
But at some point we'll be out there. And we'll hit the San Diego beach. So that's our update.
We're hiking in Tulsa and this park is gorgeous.
Yeah, this is a great trail.
It's a little warm, but it's shaded. So hopefully the pups can handle it.
When the river is calling, said I love you forever. We can make it together. What goes up must come down. There's lots of friendly faces all around. And
All right, time for some pho.
Pho. What's this? It's like soy, but it's like pasty.
All right, we each made ourselves a bowl. I've never officially had
I have now, but no.
How is it? I want the broth first. Ugh. I'm not a fan.
This is like concentrated soy.
Oh yeah?
Definitely need some of this.
I'm not hungry after.
Some you don't like? Is that mint? I don't know what kind of leaf that was.
I'm not a fan of the broth. It's too citrusy.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And that's why we got one to share. Kind of knew this might happen.
Pressure to get the pho, and I prefer a rice dish.
I might be going back out to get some fried rice. We're 4 minutes away.
We are in the heart of OKC's Asian district, and there's tons of great looking restaurants around. I'm sure this is very good. It's just not my thing.
Oh, you want some egg roll?
No. This is what you need to know. I'm a very picky eater, and she will literally eat anything. But we both are open to trying things.
Would I get something again? Maybe not. Will I eat it today? Yeah, probably.
That's the difference. If I don't like something, no thanks. If she doesn't like something, she'll still eat it. Well, we're gonna wrap up, get the dogs out while it's still daylight, let them play. We have a nice, beautiful yard for them to run around in tonight. Get settled in, get a hot shower, and call it a night. We'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, we couldn't leave you hanging like we did last night. We ordered wrong. My apologies to the Vietnamese people of OKC. We did not represent you well. So we had to do OKC right. We got breakfast.
Found a biscuit place just right around the corner.